Paige Stout and her two co-hosts, Jay Najee and Ron.
Let's get started.
Hello. Welcome back. We missed you all last week, but we're happy to be here for the holidays this week. We have an amazing guest back here today, Johnny Bravo. We have a couple movies to go over. The holiday calendar, The Unforgivable, and, that couple movies that just came out, Ghostbusters, and we're going to review West Side Story because somebody wants to go see it this week, and he has some reviews about it. So we're excited for the holidays, that's for sure. I am. How about you guys?
Yes, well, let me take the moment to say Merry Christmas, Paige.
You too.
Happy New Year.
You too. And same to you.
Merry Christmas to you guys.
I was about to say, he just completely left you out. And Merry Christmas to you.
I still have Christmas shopping to do. So.
Oh, me too. I got to finish it up. I was slacking this year. That's for sure. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back to talk about these movies.
You're tuned in to the Page Perfect Review Show
On the CoyoteMan Show Network.
with Paige Stout and her two co-hosts, Jay Najee and Ron.
Let's get started.
We must secure our families. KFG Life Insurance Specialist is a company that partnered with 15 of the top life insurance companies to ensure you get the best pricing, knowledge, and products to suit your family needs. Some people believe that term insurance is better than whole life insurance, while others feel the complete opposite. Some may feel like universal life is the way to go, and others may feel it's better to have a whole life policy. The truth is, neither of the products are better. One just may be more suitable for your family. Our life insurance specialists are not biased, as they are partnered with several life insurance companies. This ensures our clients get the best pricing education and products that are suitable for their families. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist make these decisions easier for you and your family. Our office is located at Security Square Mall, next to Burlington, in the CoyoteMan Show Network. Please call to make an appointment at 443-400-5224 or go to www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. That's www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist help you prepare your family in the present, because the future is not promised. Act now.
You're tuned in to the Page Perfect Review Show
On the CoyoteMan Show Network.
with Paige Stout and her two co-hosts, Jay Najee and Ron.
Let's get started.
Okay. Well, actually, I was looking at your pictures earlier, and I just want to jump into some of the stunts that you've done because I was very excited and intrigued by some of the pictures you were showing me.
Wow.
Well, I definitely was interested in that car that you made a replica of.
Oh yeah, this special effects basically. It was a picture of a hot rod. It was a made-up mock-up of a hot rod that cost too much to blow up. The film didn't have any near the budget where they needed. That was a $130,000 car. So I made a mock-up of one, and it, from a distance you couldn't tell it was dark, and we blew that up instead.
That was incredible.
It
When
was
I saw
fun.
the picture, it looked like the picture of the car that you showed me that you tried to build. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I try to be talented.
Well, it definitely works. You're definitely very talented. Man. Well, what's your favorite stunt that you would say you've done?
People ask me that, and there's driving stuff that I've done on Salt and Invasion, and so many. I like doing the driving stunts, but then I also do something like in was it Tuck Everlasting, where I come charging down the mountain with a rifle, and then I get almost kill the dead guy with all the rocks rolling down. But no, there's all kinds of neat things in the stunts. I've been blown off fences, in like war movies, and doing falls off of roofs and things like that.
What's the highest fall you've done, or the furthest?
The highest fall is 50 feet.
Oh,
I don't really want to go more than that. I'm not a big fall guy,
yeah,
but
that's
I'm a little fall guy.
yeah, that's pretty far for me.
Well, 50 feet is pretty, even 20 feet is pretty high,
Yeah.
but 50 is as high as I'll go.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
You talking about your doing stunts? Paul Rudd just got voted the sexiest man in Hollywood.
Yeah, I got the
I know for a
magazine right
fact
here.
you stood in as a stunt double once.
Yes, I did.
Why don't you tell us about that?
Worked with him on a movie called How Do You Know, where with Reese Witherspoon, and Reese Witherspoon was a sweetheart. She was funny, and I had to do one part where we were running across traffic, and I almost get hit by a motorcycle and hit by a car, and then a car comes up on me and I hit it and I fall back and I pull a 6-pack. I got it. But there was a couple more stunts in there, but it was just nothing really big. But it was a lot of fun doing that show, that movie.
That's awesome.
And
So
Paul was a great guy to work with. One of these days I'm gonna find a picture with the two of us together that the director took of us.
I know you were telling me about that. I definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I know you were a picture that you were showing me earlier that you said one of the people on the set had to save you because of an explosion. Was it?
Yeah. There's
was-
one where we got blown off a fence for Gettysburg.
That's
Sure.
what you were telling me. I knew that it was an explosion, but I didn't think it was actually. I thought it was just enough effects that made it look like an explosion.
Oh, they
but it's
really put powder and stuff in little pods on the ground, and they have little things that light them off, and then they have these little things called beehives that they put on the fence that blows it apart, and so you help, pulls you down. It doesn't blow with enough force to really break it, but when you're pulling with, as long as it blows, it just creates more force, and so you go flying back. It creates a lot of smoke and debris goes up in the air. So these things are made of cork, I think, and one of the hot pieces of cork landed on my face before they said cut and you're not supposed to move, and I didn't want to ruin it, and I couldn't really tell because it was so hot out that day. We were in the middle of the field that it, I just thought my cheeks were getting sunburned.
I know that feeling.
And when I saw a little bit of smoke and they said cut, and I said, I'm burning here.
Oh my gosh.
So the medic came out and put the stuff on it, and it turned black and saved my face.
Oh
So,
wow. Was it just one piece or was it?
That was one little piece. There were a lot of pieces floating around, but I got
Yeah.
one on my face and a couple on my clothes, but they weren't my clothes or wardrobe, so it didn't bother me.
Oh man, that's crazy. But the fact that you just sat there and you just said, "Well, I'm not supposed to move," so
Yeah.
that's impressive. Because if it was me, I would have ended up.
Well, like I
bludgeoned.
say, it was so hot out and the sun was beating on my cheeks anyway. I thought that it was,
Yeah.
just getting sunburned, but it was a little bit more than that. When I saw a little bit of smoke, I think I'm on fire.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that's awful.
So, but yeah, the medic saved my face.
Oh man. Have you had any other incidents, or was that just
Well,
kind of one of?
you have little incidents.
Mhm.
I mean, especially you have wardrobe malfunctions and stuff.
Oh yeah. So let's hear one of those stories.
Oh, well, I had a girl that we hired for this thing called Tied to a Chair, and we did it in New York and in France. And I had a thing where they taped the bra, and I'd dress up as a girl. So, because the girl that I hired could do the fall from the yacht into the water, into the Mediterranean, but she didn't drive as well as what needs. So we had to go backwards and do a 180 and come out. Well, when I was going around, the tape was sticking to the back of the seat, and I pulled up and pulled my bra off. But nobody saw that. It made me wear a bra and everything. It was terrible. But it was
That's
nuts.
great.
So you did the stunt double for a female.
Yeah.
So if she gets voted women's hottest, you've done both, the man and the woman.
Yeah, well, let's not go there.
Well, you got my vote now just because of that.
And then we also, what was the other one we did? Oh, we were working on, oh man, I can't remember that movie. But it was one where we were downtown. Jeez, I'll think of it. And my pants, they had to sew it up or something. And when I came out of the vehicle, it snagged on part because it was sticking out. I didn't see it, and it snagged on the car around the door. And so I was sitting there with my pants all coming apart, and I'm driving down the road,
Oh my goodness.
So it was cool.
Well, do they have any like bloopers of those or?
No, thank
No.
God. I mean, the camera
say, I
did.
wanna
The
see
camera
those.
was coming into the car through the back window on this SUV,
Oh, man.
and I was glad he didn't see anything else but the back of me, so I was okay.
I mean,
That
that's the
worked out.
worst because I know sometimes I'll walk past a doorknob or something and my loop will get stuck on the
That's-
doorknob. So that's probably exactly
That's
I
what
know the feeling.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Oh man, that's awesome.
What would you list as your biggest work mishap?
Lord, I don't have any of those.
Really?
Exactly.
Yeah, not
Perfect.
that
This is
I
the
mean-
perfect show. You don't
How
have
about
any
you?
of this.
What's your biggest work mishap?
This isn't about me right now.
Oh.
See, in my business, you have mishaps, you don't really work again. You either,
Oh.
get hurt and get messed up, or they don't want to use you if you can't figure it out and do
Oh,
it right.
man.
So you try your best to do and use all the training you have and try to make it come out right.
A lot of improvising, huh?
Yeah, a lot of times you have to.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the middle of the air, you have to think, oh, geez, what do I do?
How are you gonna land? You
How am I
didn't
going to
land.
pull it off?
Yeah. Oh wow.
I mean, you have it worked out ahead of time, but sometimes it doesn't always work.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're on the roof and you get tangled up in something because you're supposed to get. That's what makes you fall. And then you come off at a little wrong angle or something. And you have to kind of correct it as you're going down.
Yeah.
That's kind of tough.
Oh man.
But sometimes you got to do it.
You gotta improvise right on the spot, huh? That's crazy. That's awesome though. You just always gotta be thinking on your feet.
Yeah. you
Literally,
do.
just be,
do.
literally, or in the air, I guess.
And if you're coordinating, you have to, make sure it's safe. And that's the hard part. Just making sure everything's safe and goes right so you don't have any complaints and everybody stays safe. I don't like any mishaps on my set.
Yeah. Wow. What would you say is your favorite? If you got to just choose one stunt to do, just consistently, which one do you think it would be, or to train somebody new to do?
Well, I like getting blown up. I like crashing cars.
Crashing
I
cars?
think I like crashing cars the most. I like falling, but crashing cars is pretty
Crashing
cool.
cars?
Yeah.
How fast have you gone when you had to crash a car?
I usually do that at a slower speed. My fastest I've gone, I think, was 65, and I had to slam into a van a couple of times.
You're saying that's slow.
Well, yeah.
I've driven with them. That's slow.
I've driven with him.
Okay. If you say so.
He does 65 coming out of the driveway.
Well, if you get there, I guess you get
But
there.
I keep all four wheels on the ground. See, if you only go on two, that's called skiing. You ski a car. I haven't done that with Ron in it yet.
No, not yet.
Maybe today's gonna be the day, huh?
And I was
You
taught by
gotta
the
learn how
best.
to do a stunt.
Oh, well, if I keep driving with him, I'm going to start bringing my parachute with me from time to time.
He might
I'll
have-
pat him up
He might
first.
have one underneath the car, like in an airplane. You know how they have them underneath the seats. He might have you prepared.
I always have my stunt pads with me. So.
See, there you go. Oh man.
That would
What
be
was-
the only area where I've got any training using a parachute.
I love that. I like skydiving. That's good stuff.
I was just saying the other day, I want to go skydiving. I've never been, but that's something I actually would love to do. I would love to
Well,
do.
let me know, because I've done it for a career, for the military.
It's a thrill.
Plenty of times. So you would like to do it again?
Oh, I've done it many times, and I did do it one time where it sidelined me for 9 months, so there is a good and a bad to it.
But you went with the round shoots, right? Or did you-
Started off with the round, and then we went to the bucket shoots, and the bucket shoots are more fun because you can kind of guide them to where
Yeah.
you want to go versus you're at the wind's disposal with the round shoots.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
No, I didn't use a round shoot. I always had
The buckets,
is that what they call buckets or
where you can steer them
yeah.
with the jimmy cords.
But we didn't call it buckets. We called it something
Not a
else. I
clue.
can't remember.
Don't know. That's awesome though.
It's good.
Well, looks
Sounds
like
like a
it's
commercial.
break time, so we'll be back.
You're tuned in to the Paige Perfect Review Show
On the Coyote Man Show Network.
with Paige Stout and her two co-hosts, Jay Najee and Ron.
Let's get started.
We must secure our families. KFG Life Insurance Specialist is a company that partnered with 15 of the top life insurance companies to ensure you get the best pricing, knowledge, and products to suit your family needs. Some people believe that term insurance is better than whole life insurance, while others feel the complete opposite. Some may feel like universal life is the way to go, and others may feel it's better to have a whole life policy. The truth is, neither of the products are better. One just may be more suitable for your family. Our life insurance specialists are not biased, as they are partnered with several life insurance companies. This ensures our clients get the best pricing, education, and products that are suitable for their families. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist make these decisions easier for you and your family. Our office is located at Security Square Mall, next to Burlington, in the CoyoteMan Show Network. Please call to make an appointment at 443-400-5224 or go to www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. That's www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist help you prepare your family in the present, because the future is not promised. Act now.
You're tuned in to the Paige Perfect Review Show
On the CoyoteMan Show Network.
with Paige Stout and her two co-hosts, Jay Najee and Ron.
Let's get started.
Well, one thing we need to fix is that it says my other co-host is here. Apparently he's not here today because he is on another vacation, since he thinks it's just vacation time all the time.
Or Christmas shopping and can't get out alive.
You're tuned in to the Paige Perfect Review Show
On the CoyoteMan Show Network.
with Paige Stout and her two co-hosts, Jay Najee.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I'm wrong.
We got it fixed. Thank you, thank you. Well, here's one of the pictures I was talking about, the explosion, which is, I thought that picture was really cool. It's like one you could see somewhere, because that thing's awesome. I can't think of the where you would see it, but from what is the word for movies that have all the pictures? Do they have something that has like a photo album for movies when they're made, just extra photos, or they don't have?
Just a collage.
So, but do they have? I mean, do they actually have those for every movie, or
Well,
is
I'm
that
sure
just
they
something-
do, but I mean, it's like
Just
a
extra
photo album like
Yeah,
you
some
have.
Well, I
some
think
girl
that
that
would be
did
something-
wardrobe took that one of us when it
I think that'd be
happened.
something cool to have. Just like a collage of pictures at the end of a movie that you could watch. I think that'd be awesome. Just a fast little clip. Well, let's see. We got some more cool pictures.
That's one with Mike Paray and April, a stunt girl. And of course, Mike's going to be working on this new movie with us, along with April.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be
excited.
partners.
Yeah, all of us.
Yes, in fact.
Let's hear a story
Gonna be
about
playing
them.
your dad.
Do you see the resemblance?
Yeah, that was.
Well, let's hear a story about them.
That's after they could relax after a hard day's work. I was a stunt coordinator. I did some stunts on that too, and we worked them out pretty hard. So
I
we
know
were
they
all
look
tired.
exhausted.
Yeah, we were tired after the day.
What do you remember? What type of stunts you were doing that day?
Car stunts.
I should have guessed.
Slid the SUV, which is that one right there, and drove it and crashed into a van a couple of times, and then of course April, that's where she had the wardrobe problem where she had to get the pads.
Oh, let's hear this story
the
because
pad
some of the
for
people
her
that who
bottom?
didn't hear this story last time.
Yeah, the wardrobe lady said, "Well, we don't have pads for April, or we don't have pants for April." And I said, "Wait a minute." April comes over. She's, "Johnny, look." She pulled them up and they fell right down. So obviously weren't going to fit her. So I said, "Look," I said, "that's why we gave you her measurements and on ahead of time. It's because the girl that was the actress kind of hips grew and butt grew."
Overtime.
Well, since she sent the picture in that I was supposed to double with her, so I got him April, who was really skinny and all. So I had my buddy Joe go get some, because the lady was wardrobe lady said, "I don't know what we're gonna do because we don't have any pants." I said, "Look, she was such a professional. Well, I had to teach her something because I learn something new every day.
Improvising.
Yeah, I'm not I learn something every time on a set. So she sat there and was like, So I said, Joe, get my bag, my stunt bag, and pull out my soft knee pads and some duct tape. He's looking at me like, what? And so April came back over with her jeans on. And I said, okay, April, bend over. She goes, what? So April bends over. I slapped the one knee pad, duct taped it to her butt cheek, and slapped the other one, taped the other one. I said, okay, now try that. And she pulled it up, and they stayed on there. I said, now grab your stunt underwear and pull those pads out of that and put them on your hips, and that'll fill it out. She goes, okay, and that worked first, perfect. And the wardrobe lady goes, well, I never. You learned something new. I told you. She goes, I sure did.
Oh, wow.
So that was a day for her.
Oh, man, that's
Not too
funny.
often you get to see a woman volunteer to put weight on and still take it off.
Yeah, exactly.
I was about to say that'd be like a compliment. And the pants fell down. That's funny.
But,
Oh, wow.
had a
I guess
good
she
time.
was safe when she fell for sure because she had all the extra padding.
Yeah.
Man.
She was doing a lot of stuff on the ground where Ving Rhames was dragging her all over the floor, and she gets to pick up the Uzi off of Joe Green, which is another stunt guy I was using, and spray it, and then Ving, he goes to fall back, but he gets hit, and then my stunt guy, Will Bowman, takes the fall. So that's all he did that time. But he did a great job, and it looks good. So all it turns out right, that's what we're looking for.
How many shots do you like to do of a stunt? Or do you try to do of a stunt? Or sometimes you just have to do it
One time.
one and done?
Unless, one time is
One and
the
done.
best.
Yeah.
Plus, a lot of times, it hurts sometimes to land. I mean, even though you're padded and you do something, or sometimes you're not as well padded, and some things come that are unexpected, but you work your way through it. Now, if the director wants it again, you have to get up and do it again. So that's how it works.
Oh, man. Have you ever walked away one day and just knew that you were going to have, like, bruises from just, impact? Or do you just...
Actually, I'm lucky. I never really did.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
good.
knock
That's
on
good.
wood.
Yeah, I'm saying no. I know. I bruise really easy. I don't know. Sometimes I'll just I have bruises everywhere. I don't know how. Just all of a sudden, I don't even bump into anything and I'll have a bruise. So
Yeah.
I know it.
I've twisted an ankle. I've, hurt my shoulder or my arm or something, but my leg, but just minor stuff. I've been lucky.
That's good. That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's see. We got another picture here. So tell us about this one.
That's my mentor, Wally Crowder. That's actually the first big stunt job I did for a TV series. It was going to be called Street Lawyer. And Miriam Peebles. What's his name? Mario Peebles.
Mario Peebles?
Mario Peebles. He was the street lawyer, and Wally had me on as a cop, and he was the other cop, and and he's my mentor in the business. He's a good man.
So-
He's the guy that started. He's the one that puts out the stunt players directory. But no, that's his son's job, and he's sort of semi-retired, but he still works the stunt guy. He's still a stunt guy. He's an amazing guy. Him and his wife both. His wife Lori is.
What
a
type of
heck
stunt did you do on that?
Driving.
Ja-
Yeah, we had to pull. I
Did
had
you?
to pull up over a curb, and then Wally brought his SUV in, and I brought the police car almost at the right time, so there's enough for people to go through. But you had to hit your mark. That's the funny thing. You have to hit your mark. It's not always that easy. But when you have enough things that you can look at when you're sitting there, you look over here, say, well, that part of the window hits that bush right there, and this part. So, matter of fact, Wally said, Johnny, you sure you're in the right place? And I said, we can come and look, and he have a little mark on the ground. So I was 6 inches from the mark, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's close.
So he couldn't complain about that. So that's
Yeah.
good.
I mean, did you do a lot of stunts with him?
Yeah,
Or was
well,
it
Wally is my main. He's like the coordinator, big time stunt guy, and he's been patient with me and has helped me through a lot of stuff. Matter of fact, then I babysit his kids, who are grown now. I mean, his son Hunter took over the stunt players directory, but I used to babysit them when I went over there that one time. We had a great time.
Oh, wow.
But Wally's an incredible guy and a very knowledgeable stuntman, and just can't wait to work with him again.
Oh, that's incredible. Oh, man.
I had an opportunity to reach out to one of your a girl that you kind of mentored. Now she's a ninja warrior.
Oh, yeah, she's pretty famous with the American Ninja Warrior people.
Yes, she is. She's amazing.
Jessie Graff.
Jessie Graff. She
She
is
might not be able to find it.
amazing.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
There she is.
That was one of her first jobs that I got her on was Bones. She did some precision driving with me.
For Bones,
Stunt driving, yeah.
So was that before or after?
Oh, way before.
Way before.
That was when
before.
she first started. That was her first job as a stunt woman.
Yeah, and I saw
Well,
her
basically
not
it's
too
a-
long ago on the Ninja Warrior thing, and boy, what an athlete.
Yeah, oh, she's incredible.
She does things that my jaw was just on the floor.
Well, she'll work through it to get you what you want, and she's an incredible girl. I noticed that the first time I met her, and I kept close with her, and I took. It's a lot of girls say, "Oh, I'd like to be a stunt girl," but they don't have it in them, and they just want some kind of fame. She really wanted to be a stunt girl, and she is. She's an incredible woman.
An incredible athlete.
Yeah, you have to be for that. Sheesh. That show was very impressive.
Yeah, I sent a word out to her recently telling her that when we get our project started, I could use her
Oh, yeah.
if she's interested, because
I'll-
she's amazing.
Yeah, I'll pick her up anytime. It's no problem. We'll
She
fly
from
her
around
out.
here too, or is she?
Originally, she's from Mount Airy area.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Not too
I
far.
met her.
Wow. So let's see. If you had to pick one place to, well, I guess you can't really study a stunt besides where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, you can do training.
Training?
There's a lot of training involved. No matter what you do, you go to a place where you learn to do, jumps for parachutes. But the thing is, you have to be trained by the people in the industry, the stunt industry and the motion picture industry know of. Because you can be trained by some famous guy that's in the paratroopers or something, and nobody knows who he is, and you don't get credit for that. So, because they want to know, you have to trust that person. They want to know who you were trained by and why. Now, if you are trained by a paratrooper who's great, now that helps, but they still want a name. Somebody that's famous that they know, so they can say, yeah, I know you can do the job.
I feel like nowadays that's kind of how it is. You got to know a name to get.
Yeah, you have
Take
to
a
know
step.
your stuff.
Gotta know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
It's who you know is what they say.
Yeah.
And if you don't have it behind you, then you're not going to get the job.
Yeah.
How much of what you do is from training, and how much of it is OJT?
Well, a lot of it, I'm glad I was trained to do it, but most of the time it's what I do at the time and the way if it feels right, and to do what I have to do, to get the job done. Because the actor's looking for something, the director's looking for something, and you have to be the go-between to make it work so that they're both happy with what you're doing.
Now, is there any stunt that they said, oh, you know what, we're going to do this, and you looked at the stunt and you said, there is no way?
Yes, a lot of I coordinated the TV show, the movie Alone Yet Not Alone, about the American Indians and all. And the director, he wanted to do the, yeah, that's the one.
I was about to say I was close. I remember this one.
Yes. And the director, matter of fact, there's Walter that was on the last time with me. But the director wanted the kids to go down the rapids on a raft. And there were some really big rocks and ones where they get pinched in and all. And they were kids. A lot of them were kids, and the women, they weren't stunt people. And I just flat refused. I said, no, can't do that. I'm not going to let it happen. I said he can get hurt or killed. I said that's too dangerous. The water was really running pretty fast into the rapids, and to float down on a log and you hit and get pinched or squeezed in a rock by rock, it's not going to happen. So he said, well, talk to the assistant director, and the assistant director came up to me and said, the first AD, and said, well, what can we do? I said, well, I got an idea. Told the director that I'd like to float the log down first and then have them, jump on it afterwards, after it gets through the rapids.
Right.
And that way
Catch
they're
up
not,
to it after it's calm.
Yeah, and they said, okay, we'll make that work. So I said, good, because that way they can jump off the rocks upper and then some of them and then jump into where it's calm, and they're not going to get crunched by anything. And if there were stunt people, well, I could chance some of that happening, but they weren't. They were kids, and they were, young ladies, and they didn't know what was going on. So
Would there be a way to, hook up dummies to that and then let them take over once it's in the
yeah, but
thoroughfare?
they didn't. I mean, even though it was a couple $1 million project, they didn't have the dummies for it. And a lot of times dummies, they look like dummies. And you just can't, if you get a certain shot, it just doesn't look right.
Okay.
So I like to use real people and make it look right and have real action.
which is probably more of a today era than the old era, because
Well, the old era, they did stuff. They did a lot of
I'm
action
sure
too.
they
They didn't
did.
use the dummies. They were using themselves, like Buster Keaton. He was a heck of a stunt guy.
oh yes,
He used his own body and destroy it rolling down a hill or something.
as Tarzan.
And yeah, he was really good. I mean, that guy was incredible. He a lot of stunt guys. I like that kind because you have to be athletic. You have to know what you're doing, and it doesn't look fake. You know.
I saw him one time do an interview, and he said, after the stunt, I walked up and I looked at my partner and I say, "You Jane, me Payne."
I believe it, and I believe. But,
So, do most people have stunt like men or ladies do stunts for them, or do a lot? Does it like half and half?
Oh,
Do
they-
some people do stunts
well,
themselves?
see, they don't
or?
like people, the actors doing the stunts, mainly because if they get hurt, the whole show's gone.
Right.
I mean,
Okay, that makes sense.
that happened like way back in the Wild Wild West. James West did a stunt and he fell and he busted his leg, so then he was out, and they said no more of that.
Right.
To have James West do something easy, but nothing difficult. It's going to be stuntmen from now on.
Oh,
So that's
wow.
how, just like with Buster Keaton too. They wanted to put a stuntman in with him, but Buster wouldn't have it because it didn't look right. So only Buster could do what Buster could do.
I remember a stunt, if you want to call it a stunt, but Stallone likes to do his own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvester Stallone. And he was doing the movie Rocky IV with the Russian.
Mm-hmm.
The Russian was throwing punches and Stallone was taking the punch. And
Dolph
the Russian,
Lundgren,
Dolph
that guy
Lundgren's
was
very
good.
strong, and he accidentally broke one of Stallone's ribs on one of the punches.
Yeah.
And Stallone just finished the scene, and then when he was done, he goes, "I gotta go get fixed."
Yeah.
But he likes doing his own thing, and he paid for it one day, but
Yeah, he does.
he's still a trooper.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff. Like I say, the fight stuff, he kind of had to be there. But a lot of the other stunts, he has a stunt double too. Just like what's his name? I can't think of it right now.
It'll
I'll
come to
give
you.
Tom
I
Cruise.
was about to say, I'll give
Tom
you time.
Cruise, yeah.
Oh, let's see.
He,
Well,
he says he does all his own stunts. Okay, he does a few stunts that he can handle, and other stunts that are big, like in Mission Impossible. He'll be bouncing off mattresses in pads in a studio where the real stunt guy's out there nailing the cars. So when he gets nailed, the stunt guy gets all beat up, but he doesn't.
oh wow, that's good. And now
So-
people take the credit. Well, we gotta take another commercial, and we'll be back to hear some more.
You're tuned into the Page Perfect Review Show
On the Coyote Man Show Network.
with Paige Stout and her two co-hosts, Jay Najee and Ron.
We must secure our families. KFG Life Insurance Specialist is a company that partnered with 15 of the top life insurance companies to ensure you get the best pricing, knowledge, and products to suit your family needs. Some people believe that term insurance is better than whole life insurance, while others feel the complete opposite. Some may feel like universal life is the way to go, and others may feel it's better to have a whole life policy. The truth is, neither of the products are better. One just may be more suitable for your family. Our life insurance specialists are not biased, as they are partnered with several life insurance companies. This ensures our clients get the best pricing education and products that are suitable for their families. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist make these decisions easier for you and your family. Our office is located at Security Square Mall, next to Burlington, in the Coyote Man Show Network. Please call to make an appointment at 443-400-5224 or go to www.lifeinsurancepecialist.org. That's www.lifeinsurancepecialist.org. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist help you prepare your family in the present, because the future is not promised. Act now.
You're tuned in to the Page Perfect Review Show
on the Coyote Man Show Network.
With Paige Stout and her two co-hosts, Jay Najee and Ron.
Let's get started.
Well, we are back.
Let's see. Do you got a couple more photos you want to show up?
Yeah. A lot of times, what I like about being a stunt guy is we get to clown around. And this is for a Frosty Cakes commercial where they had me stunt driving the van.
I like the reference.
Because you could
Like
show
to
them
clown
if you want.
around.
Clowning around.
That was a funny one. I was cracking up.
Oh
when
my
he said
gosh.
that.
Look at
This
the
one you can't see,
clown.
but
Look
this
at the
is
clown.
And this is him in the car driving. This one's so funny.
That was a Frosty Cakes commercial.
Frosty
Cakes.
Cakes. I
Do
remember
you remember
that.
the commercial?
Yeah, I remember it.
Yes, I remember Frosty Cake.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then here's a picture of Walter last time and
he
Stan
is here.
Livingston.
Oh,
That
Was
was
this
a,
a stunt? Were you guys
that
doing
was a,
stunts?
That was a stunt party up in Hollywood that Wally put on.
Oh, wow.
Stan.
Do you guys still at the stunt parties? Do you guys have stunts, like play stunt games and stuff, or
Oh,
just
sometimes, but basically we just have
just
get
party?
together and have
Just
a
have
good time.
party. That's
And
fun.
Stan Livingston, of course, is going to be directing our new
Her
show.
show.
Yeah, your show is you're going to be in.
And someday.
Sweet.
Yep. So we're looking
Forward to that for
with
sure.
him and Mike Parade too
Yes.
in April. So
We got a bunch of them.
Right. You got a big party for us coming up here, boy.
No, we
And
were
of course,
lucky.
here's Wally took this picture. My buddy Wally Crowder.
Oh, my gosh.
Celebrity stunt duo of
You
David
and
Hasselhoff.
David
and I.
Hasselhoff. That's
Yeah.
David Hasselhoff from Baywatch.
He was a
Were you
nice
guys-
guy.
Were you doing stunts this day too, or was
No,
this
I
just
wasn't.
a-
I was helping out with the stunt Celebrity Enduro. We worked on it. Had stunt guys in there doing flying cars and crashing cars and jumping cars.
So
Yeah.
flying cars.
Yeah.
From Knight Rider to
Going up ramps.
Baywatch.
It's definitely a one-time job, huh?
Oh,
The
yeah.
flying-
Well, and that's with Chris Cooper on the movie Breach, where I got to not only be a stunt guy, but I took Court Hessler's place. He had me take his place in a couple times because he was snowed in New York, and then he was snowed in Chicago.
Ah,
So
look how young he is there.
Mhm.
That's a long time ago.
I always look that way when I clean up. And of course, this is me and the guy Johnny C. We call him Senny Tiempo. He was the one that was the guy driving the Yinko Camaro on Fast and Furious, and that was him on The Wire with me.
Hmm.
Yeah, we worked together.
Here's the guy I like right here.
Mickey Jones.
I just saw him on Home Improvement.
Yeah, Mickey Jones is a cool guy, motorcycle
I
guy.
just saw him on Home Improvement. He
The
played a guy who works on a construction site.
thing is, a sad thing is that he just died like about
What?
5 years ago. Yeah, it was-
Oh, I saw him on Home Improvement just the other night.
I know. It's amazing.
That's so sad.
Oh, we all know who that is right there.
Oh yeah, this is. Well, that was before I was a stunt guy. That was Woody Harrelson in People vs. Larry Flint.
Yeah, Woody's funny.
That's crazy.
He's
He
a cool
is
guy.
funny.
I liked him. We got along real well. So, and as a matter of fact, here's one of the famous Gene LaBelle. He was a
Wrestler.
wrestler,
Oh,
a
That
karate
was a cool
guy,
story
champion.
you were telling me earlier about him.
Oh yeah, two guys came into his place
Incredible.
and were gonna rob him because he comes to the door. He looks like an older guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he grabs you, you can't get out of it.
No, he's a pretty strong guy.
Oh, he's a tough guy. He's one of the toughest guys around alive. And they came in, and who was at his house that day was Givenchy, the Armenian assassin.
Mm-hmm.
And he was sitting with him, and they came in, they pulled a gun on him. Gene grabbed him, pulled him in, threw him to Givenchy, and then he grabbed the other guy. They both put him to sleep and tied him up and had him there ready for the cops
police
to
when
come.
they arrived.
Arrived, yeah. So that
Like a
was
movie.
shocking.
They're ready.
And that guy was 70, and Gene was like 76 or 77 when it happened. Of course, he's 80 something now, but he's an incredible guy. I like him. Good man. So, and then here's, of course,
Oh, I know who that is.
Parker Stevenson.
He was
good
on
guy.
Baywatch, and he was one of the Hardy Boys.
Yes. He's a very good guy.
With Sean Cassidy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And there's a lot of pictures I could show you, but there's a lot of stuff too. That what is it? Then there's famous guys like Vic Armstrong. He's a famous coordinator from
Oh, James Bond.
James Bond. Yes. That's him.
That was a big hit recently.
I worked with him on Salt.
Yes.
And behind that is a picture of Terry Leonard. Of course, I never worked with Terry Leonard, but I met him at the Stunt Awards. I always liked him. So I hope one day, hopefully he won't kick off before I get to work with him again.
Yeah, wow.
He's a great guy. All these people.
So
And,
what's your next project that people should be keeping an eye out on?
You got something coming up.
Well, I've got something coming up. It's a TV series written by you,
Oh,
by
oh.
Ron, and
you
you're going to
go.
be starring in it too as well. And looking forward to that. It's called
Never give up.
Yeah, Never Give Up. So that ought to be a good
That'd
show.
be a good one. I'm excited
with
for
Stan, with April and Mike Paray
And Livingston.
and Stan Livingston will be in it. They're all friends.
Now
of
you
mine.
got another project coming your way. Which one's that?
Well, there are a couple. I've got one that's called Mulatto, and a lot of it takes place in the 1920s. That's why I ended up buying a Model T and getting that ready for it. Hopefully, it'll be ready by the summer if it starts this summer. They're
1920s.
waiting.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry I missed that
Yeah.
by a long shot.
Are you sure it was long?
Well, a lot of it takes place in the 20s. It's pretty good. And then there's one called K-Town coming up in Jersey. And I talked to the director, writer, and Bill Hartman is his name, Billy Hartman. And that looks like a real good, it's like a kind of modern-day mob movie. So we'll see what happens. So,
That's incredible.
and of course, I tell all my girlfriends that, they realize that, from People Magazine, that Paul Rudd, he's considered the sexiest man alive. And I keep telling them, well, look, I doubled him on How Do You Know, that movie. And so I keep going, hey, you had your chance,
Exactly. Well, they missed out, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, where can people reach you and try to see some of your projects that you stunted in?
Well,
Or if that's even
I'm
work.
actually putting out
Your own little project.
my own little reels. I've got them together. My friends Greg and Derek Amaker, they're doing reels for me, and eventually I'm going to probably have about 18 reels that we get to put together, and they can, two of them are on YouTube now, and you could look through that and check them out.
Oh, there we go.
Some of the
So-
commercials I've done. Things
And what are
like
they
that.
called?
What?
The people wanted to look it up. What do they go
it's-
under?
Geez, you know what? He has a whole different numbers that you have to lay out, the listing or something.
Well, you know what?
Yeah,
Give it
so-
to me sometime this week, and when we perform next week, I can put that information down.
Okay, yeah, because they've got 2 of the reels done already, so and they worked out pretty good. I can show you those later, but
Huh.
just the beginning. Hopefully there's more to come, and I'm looking forward to these new shows coming up, and I think it's gonna be fantastic.
Look forward to
Well,
it.
I know our show is coming to an end soon, so again, I'd like to wish you both a Merry Christmas and Happy Anniversary.
Same to you.
Or I
guys.
should
Happy
say
anniversary to
Happy
you.
New Year. Happy anniversary to
You're
me.
the
That's
anniversary
us.
tomorrow.
That's tomorrow night for me, folks. Tomorrow night. Well, I guess while I'm talking about my anniversary, many times on the show I've talked about my wife's sister. She's 5'1", weighs 310 pounds,
Here we go.
and
again.
she tried to tell me that obesity's in her genes. I said, no, it's even in your dress.
I can remember that one.
And
Although I'm liable to get slapped.
and we got in an argument the other day, and she goes, "No, because obesity it runs in my family." I looked at her and I said, "Ain't nobody running in your family."
You need to encourage it.
Not at all. And then I got a buddy of mine. He's in real trouble. He said he really surprised his wife during sex the other night. He walked in early from work.
Run. Oh my goodness.
And you got all those doctors that tell you shouldn't drink too much. I got friends of mine that tell me, you should drink this. Well, the one thing I agree in, drink. So we're going to be winding this show down, and we just want to remind you that don't forget, the future of tomorrow are your children of today.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Ho, ho, ho.
See you guys next week.